This is the list of the hottest places in the city of Abuja now. I mean, places where real estate is booming, where there's a rush, where everybody is trying to get a piece of land from. I have with me the list. You see, the places I'm going to mention, there are places where if you're trying to build your own house or you want to go into real estate investment, if you buy a piece of land in any of these places that I want to mention, you're making over 300% return on your investment for just a period of 1 year. If you intend to buy and build your own residential house, these places are fast developing and there's so much of government attention in these places. So if you buy a piece of land in this place, you can never be at loss. I mean, you will never be making a mistake. And this is coming from my personal experience in the real estate sector, and also from the findings I have made, and also from the information I've been able to gather from certain government agencies. Now, trust me, most of this information I'm giving you out here, they are very realistic. And you can never go astray plot if you buy property in any of these places. Now, there are just 4 places I'm going to mention to you. I will start with number 4. But you see, number one is the hottest place for everybody, maybe for your own personal house or you want to go into real estate development. Number 1 will be one of the best options for you because so much of infrastructure work is going on in this particular place. And trust me, you wouldn't want to miss out. So I'll start with number 4. The number 4 on my list is Apo, which include Apo Mechanic, Apo Uba, Apo Tafi, Apo Resettlement, and the entire of this Apo district. Now, you see, there are a few things that make Apo a very hot cake. You see, one of the things that makes Apo a very good place for your own personal house or for real estate development is the proximity to the city center. From whichever part of Apo you're coming from, you can easily get access to the city center. Less than 15 minutes, you can get access to the city center. So that makes it a very good place. And you also see the recent work being undertaken by the Minister of FCT. Much of road construction is going on in Apo, a very good choice for your real estate. Also, if you understand these places very well, you will know that there's a road network. There's a major road linking from places like Nyanya, Kubo, all the way to Apo. Now, you see that road is a very big booster for the Apo community. With that, you can easily link to any part of Abuja. So that road has opened up the whole of Apo, and that's why there's a rush for properties in Apo. Now, you can get properties within the range of 5 million to over 50 million naira in Apo, depending on the location and depending on the size of that plot. But like I will always advise, do your due diligence before investing in any property. Number 3 on my list is Karasana, which include Karasana North and Karasana South. Karasana is basically an extension of Gwarimpa, Life Camp, and Kuba. And you know, all these places I've mentioned, they are very good places. It's particularly for the middle class in Abuja. They make a very good location. Now, if you are very familiar, you know that Gwarimpa and Kuba, they are very good places. And so, Karasana is even more planned and well structured than Gwarimpa. With so many road construction works going on in Karasana, a lot of people have decided to get property in those locations. And trust me, if you get a property in this location, you can never be at loss because of its proximity to places like Gwarimpa and Kubwa. And also the city center, it is not far from the city center, so you could easily get access to any part of Abuja from Karasana North. And so as a result of that, the demand for properties in this place is very high. The number 2 location on my list is Idu. Idu is a very good location. I'm talking about the residential aspect of Idu. You know, Idu also has the industrial section, but I'm talking about the residential section of Idu. Why Idu is a very good place to consider is it has a good road. Idu has a good road from the city center all the way to the train station and even beyond the train station. Idu also has a good road network for the future. In future to come, there's a 10-lane road that is going to pass through Idu all the way to Zuban, link up to Zuban to the airport. One other place that makes Idu a very good place for your real estate investment or for building your own personal house is because government have so much interest in Idu. There are so many government organizations and offices in Idu. Number 1, train station. The Idu train station is the biggest train station in Abuja, then followed by EFCC office. The EFCC office is somewhere around that Idu. Then the headquarters of the National Open University is also somewhere around Idu. There are many other government organizations within Idu, and like I've told you before, anywhere there's a government organization, that place would always open up very fast, because government will always provide infrastructures for those places. Open up. Once there are infrastructures, the whole place would open up. Now, for a future, according to the Abuja master plan, the road that is going towards Idu, linking up from Idu to Zuba, is a 10-lane road, but just like the Kuba Express Road. That's the kind of road that is going to be passing through the Idu train station all the way to Zuba. So you can imagine how that place will look like by the time all of these infrastructures are in place. And that's why there are so many estates in these places. In fact, there are people already living in places like Broadview Estate, which is after the train station, and other estates within that vicinity. If you get any of this location, you would have made a very good choice. The number one place on my list is Gusape 2. And recently I went to Gusape 2 with a client. I was shocked what I saw in Gusape 2. You know what? Do not underrate that place called Gusape 2. You might see it like bush, but you know what? There's so much of road construction going on in that place, and it's been undertaken by the Gilmore Engineering Company, and they are doing so much in that location. Infrastructures such as the drainage system and the surface water collection system, they are all in place, and most of the places they are being done. But that's why there's a rush. Do not be deceived by the bush you are seeing there. Most of those places you are seeing are already bought. They are estate plots, and they're just waiting for government to give them access to that place, and they will quickly go ahead and start developing. With all the bush you are seeing in Gusape 2, a plot of land in that place is within the range of 15 million naira and above. The list of what you can see there is within the range of 15 million naira. Some are sold as high as 50 million and even up to 100 million in places like that, because of the infrastructures that are already in place. And usually for places where you have infrastructures before the development of those places, the return on investment in such places is always very high, which is why I advise anybody, even if you don't have money, you can go borrow money and invest in Gusape 2. Trust me, within a short period of 1 year or less than, you can get over 100% return on your investment. I guarantee you this. Another reason why that place is going to open up very fast is, don't forget, there's a federal housing estate somewhere in Gusape 2, which people are already living in that estate. And the Kugbo Road that is coming from Karshi is going to link Gusape 2 and all the way to Apo. So that road is opening up the whole of that place. The road has created easy access to the whole of Gusape 2. In fact, please, all the big men already are in that place, but the masses are fortunate because Gusape 2 was designed for mass housing, and that's why you have so many estates in Gusape 2. And the proximity to the city center. You see this Gusape 2? I'm making arrangement to get a plot for myself in Gusape 2, because Gusape 2 is going to explode. When I mean explode, no place in Abuja is going to explode like Gusape 2. I guarantee you of this. And you know what? I will remind you in 2 or 3 years to come. As soon as government grant access into that place, the whole place will open up and everywhere will be booming with real estate projects. You know what? Let me advise you. Do your due diligence. Don't just go out there and throw your money somewhere. There are people out there who are ready to swindle your money. Do your due diligence. Do your own background check. Some of these plots are actually commercial plots, but you don't know, and they are out there selling them as residential plots. You might not know now if you don't do your background investigations, and this could make you lose that plot of land in few years to come, which is why you've got to do your background checks. Look for some credible real estate companies and buy a plot from them. Do your due diligence, and trust me, you will never go wrong when it comes to real estate investment, particularly land banking. I remain your guy, Dave, Abuja's most influential real estate consultant.